discover the natural power of ashwagandha, an ancient herb known for its healing properties. For over 3,000 years, ashwagandha has been trusted to reduce stress, increase energy, and improve focus. Our ashwagandha is carefully grown, harvested, and processed to retain its maximum potency. Each root is hand-picked and dried, then ground into a pure, organic powder, ensuring the highest quality. Simply mix 1 teaspoon into your favorite beverage or take it in capsule form as prescribed by a healthcare professional. Whether you're looking to balance your stress levels, boost your immune system, or enhance mental clarity, ashwagandha offers a natural solution. Experience the benefits of ancient wisdom backed by modern science. Trust nature. Trust ashwagandha. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
I've been losing myself for a decade. Hard to what to say me. Early in the morning, it burn me bright with desire. It burn me bright with desire. Let me love all day. I will reciprocate all night. Make you want to relocate. Scripture and original, I won't let you. As it come to hit the road and the highway, give it all up for you. For your love, go I need up all night if you want it. My love, I can play your wife and pay you your children. My love, we getting married on Tuesday, so any PTA. It burn me bright with desire. It burn me bright with desire. Go down, go down, go down, go down,
Greetings and salutations, everyone. Here is Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother, all the way in Switzerland. And I'm reaching out to all of our brothers and sisters on the African continent. You're tuning into Black Hot Fire Radio, and you're listening to...
Yes, Karibuni sana, good afternoon, good evening from my end, 26 minutes past the top of the hour, and welcome to another beautiful episode of the Africa Today Show. My name is Joy, and of course, hope you're having a beautiful day on your end. For those who are on Rumble, BitChute, on YouTube, on the radio, those who shall be catching this on Spreaker, Spotify, Karibuni sana, and I hope you get to enjoy. I got myself, Kamlesh, Mr. Black Hot Fire, and of course, in case it is your first time, kindly ensure you do subscribe, hit the like button, and of course, do share if you feel the conversation is informative, which always is, and especially today's conversation. So hit that share button.
I know somebody like Camus on one of our shows last week. They wrote in the comments, "This is the kind of African I like." They were telling you about white supremacy, right? How they treat you. They wrote, "This is the kind of African I like." All right, finally, and it says, "Shout out to your cousin in the American South."
That's so sad, but Karibu Georgia, and of course, Kamlesh, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Karibu to another episode of Africa Today Show.
Thank you. Great to be here.
Yeah. Of course, Keith, how is your day coming along?
I think about George died in Canada getting fired because they told George He was poor and black.
See.
Okay,
Now, before,
he said they gotta get rid of his Jamaican ass because he's poor and black.
please don't be black. You know, at least get a piano, do something with your life. You know, do something. Don't be just poor and black. At least have a piano that they can get away from you. But everybody's in our family. Today, shall be talking about the conversation that we had promised yesterday. Shall be getting deeper into what NASA did talk about the aliens and all that. Anunnaki, the Emerald tablets, if I'm pronouncing it correctly.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we're gonna tell the Emerald Tab. Not long. I had Joe just go to a certain part. But Joe was asking me these questions last week or week before last about us losing power, how we go to sleep. So those was telling Africans way before these other people even were creating, even existed, say that they were gonna lose power. So the Emerald told you everyone to go to Emerald Tab. He's telling them they were gonna lose power. We're gonna have barbarian savages on our land. And that's just what's gonna happen. And we're gonna lose power. We're gonna lose consciousness. But it's a cycle. He said, but a lot of you will leave these cycles and go to what he's calling other dimensions, other vibrations. So a lot of you are going to get out of. I'm telling you, most of you won't. Most of you won't get out of here because you're caught in a construct, as the Dogon told you. You're caught up in goofy fake religions. You don't understand that this matrix that we live in was created by what they created in your goofy Bible, this devil thing, this demiurge, right? They created a false construct to feed off your energy that keeps you cycling you over and over. You die, come back, die, come back, die, come back. And so I sent the video. It's funny because I sent the video to Joby of this guy trying to read what the Africans already told you. Africans been to this millions of years. This is an illusion. No such thing as death. This is an illusion, baby. No such thing as death. And he's trying to read it that the white man's outside has finally got up to this. Said life may be an illusion. No such thing as death. But he's too stupid. He can't read. And so I'm looking at the black guy who's too close to me, like what the hell is he trying to say? So I guess I sent that video to Joby too because it's hilarious. But anyway.
No, but Keith, you do understand, and that understands themselves, they do. Because everything is all energy. We are basically energy that is animating a certain life form. So you can't destroy energy. Energy just moves on.
Transforms. It moves on. It can't be created or destroyed. And
Exactly.
that the Africans been through that. That's white people catching up. That's why there's so nobody give you all these fake religions, die and see, Africans celebrated death. Hopefully you knew enough to get out of this dimension and move on. That's why I told you in New Orleans, me and Joe was showing New Orleans. You know, in New Orleans, these are African traditions when you goofy pretending Negroes say you're not African. You can directly look at New Orleans culture. That's all African. That's why when somebody dies, they hold a party. They celebrate. They don't do no crying. They do this when we start. Go to YouTube and say New Orleans. Because we just play like a minute. I say New Orleans celebrating someone's death. And we'll see them partying and dancing in the street. Africans didn't cry when people died. That's Europeans, because they're not attached to the creation of the universe. Africans used to party and say, well, hope this motherfucker got out of here. Hope he knew enough not to come back. Because, and what those is going to tell you, that's, you're in a realm of dimensions, as he called vibrations. As he was trying to explain the above, as above, so below. He tell you nothing's really above, nothing's really below. I'll go ahead and show like a second of it. It could be like a short. So, exactly. Let's begin it. Then they start partying down the street. This is directly African. And they start partying with the casket. And they're playing jazz because jazz is the music that came out of New Orleans. It's the worldwide music. Then they start partying. Yeah, there you go. There you go. It's a celebration of that life. Not nobody crying and shit. It's a celebration of the life that was led. That's enough, Joe. That's it. So that comes straight from Africa. It's a celebration. And I'm not supposed to be sad. I'm be sad when Joe be died, but I'm not supposed to carry on that sorrow. I'm supposed to say, well, she lived a great life. She was happy here. And I celebrate her life here. And hopefully she's known enough to get out of here. That's where the traditions came from. Ancient Africa. Now you see motherfuckers going to funeral cry. Rest in peace. You'll never rest. As Cameron just said, there's no resting nowhere. Energy just changed. You're not sitting in the grave resting. That's white people shit. Oh, rest in peace and all that old goofy shit. You don't die. No such thing as death. There's no dying.
And that's on period. Before we get into those details, allow me share a little bit of information. Today I did mention something about South Africa and this xenophobic behavior and what is happening. And I did happen to bump into another video that I want to share of this lady who's talking about her being her parents coming from South Africa and Zimbabwe, how they have grown up being attacked in the country, and also how Black Americans, you said actually Black Americans, I don't know, maybe others have faced that, but she says also Black Americans actually also do get that xenophobic attacks.
In South Africa, I don't know, but I was there, I got nothing but love. I thought that, I'm not saying it don't happen because they are xenophobic. I'm only getting, like Cameron shared his experience. I can only share my experience because that's all I know, Joe. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm gonna say it didn't happen to me while I was there. A few times I visited, I was always given love and reverence, and because I seen the racism. It's like, man, it's like, because see, South Africa has that. We know there's an unwritten rule of we talk about the pyramid system. White on top, racial pyramid pecking order. White on top, black on the bottom. So all black people in South Africa get treated like shit. And it's like to me, America's more subtle with it. We know it exists in America. America's the king of it, but it's subtle, right? In South Africa, it's in your face. Like, God, like it's smacked in the head. Yeah. It's like clearly in your face. Like, great, wow. But anyway, go ahead.
Let me share this.
Doesn't surprise me that Tyla's album flopped. Doesn't surprise me because of her fans. Like, I know.
So basically, this creator is talking about how Black South Africans have a lot of animosity specifically towards Black Americans and just how xenophobic they are towards Black Americans. And I'm South African, and she is completely correct. She hit the nail on the head with that. So I'm South African. I grew up in South Africa, but half of my family is Zimbabwean. So I also have Zimbabwean heritage. And trust me, the xenophobia that is specifically against other Black people from other countries, whether it's Black Africans, Black Americans, is very rife within Black South Africans, and it's actually heinous.
So this goes about the Tyler thing. So we try to explain this. Okay, we talk about the racial hierarchy. Tyler's gone completely. And there's jokes in music. Okay, if you go diamond, that's 5 times platinum. Platinum, of course, is 1 million sold. Diamond's 5 million and above. Gold is 500,000. Anything lower than that, they say you went wood. And Tyler's number is so bad they say she went cardboard. Right? It says, but they told her. I told my staff last year. I said, she's done and don't even know it because you came and you insulted Black American culture. We know we live in a white supremacist world. Okay, we get that. But we told you saying, oh, I'm colored. I'm not, because what she was saying, I'm colored. I'm not Black like you dirty Negroes. I'm not a Black. I'm not an African. I'm a colored. See, And in South Africa, that's how they roll. It has some validity. In America, we find that offensive, and they told you, and they would have let you dial it back. They would have forgave you. They told you, hey, we found that offensive. You don't want to be black. You don't want to be African. We find that offensive because we base everything in America on blackness. We base everything on blackness, and we base that. So you won't succeed in the world because you haven't got the memo. You South Africans have finally learned. You haven't got the memo. Black Americans move culture on the planet. You don't. Now you're getting the memo. I told you you're going to get this memo. It's not American culture you talking. It's Black American culture. American white people don't move shit. The Black Americans do. So when you came and said, hey, we don't like that colored word you're talking about, you and you don't like to be black, you find that we're too dirty for you because we're black. You in South Africa, because as Campbell said, the mix talk to the African crazy over there, and that's the norm. In America, we don't get down like that. So they let her know. She's like, no, I'm colored. I'm not black. I'm not one of you goofy, dirty Negroes. I said, when I heard her say that shit, I said, girl, you are done. Even Rihanna, who's more mixed than you, says she's African, says she's black. So, because she already getting the memo. Don't come over here with that fuck shit. Rihanna got the memo. You come to America, you better be black. They're not talking about I'm some ambiguous, whatever, mulatto, colored. But they told you, Tyler. They told her, hey, Tyler, we find that offensive. You come into Black American culture. We don't get down with calling black people dirty and we're on the bottom and we're less than you. You're not even a great star. We're not less than you. But her growing up in South Africa, she couldn't get rid of that superiority that we're black people and she's supposed to be higher than us.
Yep.
And so when I said that, I said, hey, I told Joby and Shema, I said, her career's over. She don't even know it yet. She ain't got the memo. Because you're not going to come here and say you better than us. That plays in South Africa. We don't get down like that here. And so she just learning that.
And that's how bad it is over in South Africa with the different classes. Like they have, you see how society has classism all through, like hierarchy in classes.
Caste system.
Yeah, the class system. But in South Africa, it's so pronounced and it's differentiated by how your grade of melanin. Okay, so the lesser the melanin, the higher the privilege, the more the places.
That's right. Higher the caste.
Yeah. So that's why you'll find that the richest family in South Africa is Indian. Did you know that?
Well, I would say it was the Indian. The richest people in South Africa, not Indian. They're the white Jays, the Oppenheimers, and the De Beers.
The De Beers. These people live. The ones that were fun were Zuma.
You talking about the Guptas? You talking about the Guptas? Believe me, the Guptas not high. They're rich, but they're not high as the Jays. The Jays still run South Africa at lock and key. The Oppenheimers and De Beers, and they'll tell you they run South Africa with an iron fist.
So
remember, go campus.
Like you see, like the Guptas, they started off as traders, right? And these people basically right now operate on government budgets. Okay, do you know why? Because they're not
black.
Okay, so they have a certain privilege to access
exactly
wealth.
That's true.
And that's why you see her being disillusioned with her trying to explain how she is, even when
exactly.
You have to understand the market you're moving to. Like, look at it as a market. The community that you want to sell to now.
That's exactly what Cameron's saying.
You've got international. You have to figure out how to identify with that society. Even when Trevor Noah moved to the Daily
America,
Show, he identified as black.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly. That's what. And what Cameron said. That's specifically what I was typing to one of these South Africans. I say moron. Trevor Norman, he didn't say he was a color. He said he was black because he understood the market he was in. Exactly right, Cameron. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, but it's just more evidence of how bad it is over there. And I was watching a certain video in the morning, and it was about a hospital, right?
They're trying to black Africans to get out.
Yup. You've seen that, right?
Yeah. I said that shit was joking like 2 weeks or 2 weeks ago. Oh, you get out of our hospital. I don't care if you're sick, you all get out. And these morons, these South Africans said it was in the Constitution. No, you're going against your Constitution. The Constitution says you cannot deny anybody from any other country medical facilities. They were saying our Constitution says you're supposed to get out. You hurt our nurses and our doctors. They overwork from you people.
And that just shows you the mental control that the Asians and the Jays have over the black community over there. Because instead of looking at the problem as a whole and how who's causing the problems that you're facing, why don't you have employment? Why don't you have opportunities in a country where other people with lighter skin tones than yours are accessing such opportunities, right? Like, I bet there's funnier comedians in South Africa than Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah, he's garbage. He ain't even funny.
That's what I'm saying. I bet there's a fully African guy that's
of course
hilarious. But you know why he hasn't made it? He's not marketable.
Because he's black.
Okay, he's not that. No, they won't say he's black. They'll just say
they say he's not marketable. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. Of course, it's gonna be subtle. Of course,
and that's how they gatekeep. That's how they put fences and ceilings for us. And it's like checkpoints. Like checkpoint, nigga. You have this next level now. Checkpoint.
Right.
Pass this level now. Checkpoint, nigga. Okay. And that's why sometimes it's so hard to find an independent black man that made it from rags to riches.
The riches, that's right.
It's really rare, and it requires a level of tunnel vision that doesn't even. And you have to come up with something that they can't deny is yours. Okay, like something you have to invent. You just can't do business like an Indian where you start a warehouse.
Nah, they gonna work. They're right.
And you grow into a steel manufacturing company. Okay, like you hear these Indian stories. Like I started with a hardware shop. Yeah, like I started with a hardware shop or one fries location. Now I have 20 locations. Where did you get the funds to go to 20 locations?
Exactly.
Tell me. Okay. So for you will be at that one location for 15 years before you open a second one. Why? They don't like you.
The financing, exactly. They're not going to give you the loans. They're going to give you extended credit to do so. Exactly. That's why you used to find a lot of black Americans used to use white people as the front. A white person they could trust, they would use them as the front of the business. And what Cameron said, even in houses like I showed Joby, even today, if you're selling a home, our realtors be honest and say, hey, what you want to do? Take down all your black pictures. Take all the black pictures down and put white people. So there's white people up in there so the house will sell. Because if there's black people, when people walk through to buy this house, they're going to say no.
They'll
go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, player.
The interior.
Yeah. You go ahead, Joe.
Discussing this lady's forehead, like you guys have zero.
She got forehead, huh?
Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, play it.
Danny just said she's one of the aliens.
You gotta get Joe. You gotta go get Joby being self-conscious about her forehead. Go ahead.
Nah, I'm not. You can try. You can try me with mine.
There you go. I know that. All right, that's what's up.
Very proud.
people to be in, especially if you're black from an African country. So no, you hit the nail right on the head. It's really unfortunate. I love Tyler. She's amazing. And she herself doesn't seem to be xenophobic. And actually, there was an incident with a South African Nigerian contestant for South African beauty pageant, and she was basically being bullied relentlessly, mercilessly by black South Africans. And Tyler defended this girl. And Tyler was attacked for defending her and speaking up against xenophobia. So yeah, it is a really huge problem, and it affects Tyler negatively because people then just sort of view Tyler with those lenses, and she is not like that. She is not xenophobic. She's not hateful. I think she wasn't smart in the way she addressed the colored issue.
She wasn't smart.
wise.
Yeah, they told her. No, they gave her plenty of chance. And listen here, we don't play that xenophobic. Well, not the xenophobic. We don't play that color that you think you're better than black people. We're not gonna. We don't ride that way here. As Canva said, learn your marketing where you're going to. But they told us, and listen here, we don't play that. You think your color, you're better than black African people. That's what they do in South Africa. We don't accept that here. Okay, we're not going to accept that. So you think you need to call yourself black, or just say you're mixed, and go along with that. You can't bring that South African mindset coach here. And she doubled down on that. I was up with her. I don't know who advised her, but she doubled down on that foolishness. And now her LP is at cardboard. She won't recover. Go ahead, Joey.
I already did comment
Yes.
so bad, but
Go ahead.
But
Yeah.
other than that,
I want to get this straight. Let's go into the Anunnaki. I want to get long on Thailand, none of this stuff.
defend her by being
yeah, but you got the point. Either way, I still wanted to share that because I knew you were gonna say.
Yeah, because we're doing this 2 hours. It'd be like 15 minutes ago. Before we wind up, let's hear about the Anunnaki. What?
Yeah, but shout out to everyone with us on the chat. Can do this. You have your own forehead. Discuss yours, but yeah.
What's going on, Big Cheese? They said, Big Cheese, not Big Cheese, not on. Don't give us money on YouTube, Big Cheese. Send it on Cash App, brother. Thanks for the 19. We're not gonna never see that shit.
Yeah, but thank you, Big Chief. Nice to see you. It's been like forever. We thought you were abducted by these aliens.
We're not talking about the Anunnaki. I thought they was beating them to death up there.
You are back. Hope you're doing amazing, and of course, being good. Welcome to today's conversation.
But we appreciate the $19. Joey's pretty face is always wanted for the money.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah, we get some KFC, some of that fake, some of that human meat at KFC at Kenya.
Right, we're going to it, Kit. Let me know if you want me to start with a video or where should
All
we
right, well, I want you to start with which one? Let me see which one I sent you. I want you to send. I'm not going to use Young Pharaoh to be. Okay, what I'm going. But first, okay. Let me see what number it is I sent you. Let me see. I want you to start with Joby. I want you to start with See what number it is. See what number it is. Okay, it's going to be. That's one. Okay, one. Start with the third video first, Joe. The third video I sent you.
Okay.
Third one. Now I'm gonna start with, this is a joke, but the question is real that Europeans now figure out. Say, I think this is an illusion. This science is caught up to ancient African science, right? That this is an illusion, but this American moron, his educational system where he grew up at so bad he cannot even read this little bit of nothing that's being said. So it's funny. He's being said, look at this. White side that said, what we live in is might be an illusion and death is not real. But he can't even pronounce it. And I'm looking at the black guy who did the video like, he like, is he serious? You go play Joe. It's the third one. Third one I sent you.
Yeah, a minute.
Okay. That's how bad the educational system is wherever he's at. or he did, or this guy never went to school.
Honestly, I think the United States currently has one of the worst education systems in the world.
It does. It does. As far as public, it does. But for the people that got money, it's still the best. Hold on, wait. It's still the. Pause. For the people that got money, it's in the schools. Still, the private schools is still the best on the planet. That's why Harvard is considered the best college in the world still today. Anyway, but read what that says. It says something about the illusion, right? It said scientists have figured out that there's no such thing as death, that this is an illusion. Okay? And this is what he's trying. And that the guy right there, he's not the one reading it. He's the one, the black guy in the corner right there. He's the one like, are you kidding me? He can't read that? Read what it's saying, Joe? No, Joe. What it's saying in the video. Okay, don't worry about that. He's saying he's reading that scientists found out that this may be, the death is not real. This may be an illusion. Okay. I'm laughing because he can't read.
Okay.
So start from the beginning. So go ahead.
Just in, y'all. Quinatum.
Quinatum.
Oh shit! God dang.
That the eighth
majority
not be real.
Death may not be real. It says it death.
And co-used.
Good. Co-used. Good.
Be
an illusion.
And Alayacion. Y'all be careful out now.
What is an Alayacion?
He's trying to say illusion cameras. Go say it again. Go, Joe. Go read it again. Can you read it now, Joey? Can you see what he's reading right there?
Yeah, I can see quantum physics suggests that death might be real and.
Yeah, death is not real and could be an illusion. But the African already told you a long time ago, death is not real. That this is an illusion. So he's trying to read that. We're going again.
Suggesties that
slow as hell.
The eighth majority not be real.
And look at the brother's face. He's like, what?
And co-used used be an Alayacion.
All right.
Crazy.
All right. I wanted to start with that to bring some levity. That their science has already figured out what the African science has already known. African people, we go back millions of years on this planet. Everything told you is a lie. The evolution is a lie. Of course, the Bible nonsense and the Quran, it's all lies, it's all garbage. But we know from ancient African science that this is an illusion, as Cameron just said, that the energy houses this avatar, this body. The body's not real. The soul that sits inside it is real. Okay? But we know recently other people, this goes into the Anunnaki, other people were created. So all the East Indians, the Asians, they're not ancient people. So the question is, okay, they want to use the evolutionary scam. Okay, well, they just start evoluting from black people. That don't, no. Because there's no way you evolve from black people. You've got, they always want to say you only got 7 to 8% Neanderthal. No, it's more than that. They always try to get that to make, they try to find they got Neanderthal, right? But no other population of people have Neanderthal except for African people. African people are the only true human beings, the only true Homo sapiens sapien. Okay? So didn't any African go up to Europe and have sex with a Neanderthal and a Denisovan? That's what they try to tell you. Because through sex is how you get people. So ain't no, Africans are scared. Ain't nobody fucking no monkey. And what you see them telling you a Neanderthal is a lie. That's mind control. They'll show you like a half-looking human being. A Neanderthal would be what they call a Yeti, a Bigfoot. And ain't nobody black gonna have sex with no Bigfoot or no Yeti. Okay? And purposely we know this is a lie again because the Denisovan and the Neanderthal has black human genome. So that destroys that. You see that thing? They don't want to teach that. So that destroys that lie too. So that means the Yeti and all these other things come from the actual black man and woman who are already developed. So how are you going to develop human being making a damn Neanderthal? See that destroys the evolution shit because Africans are already developed. So we were already fully formed. We didn't evolve to a damn monkey and then become a human again. That would have to happen. So that don't work. And as Joby had Dr. Melvin Ketchum, who did the genome, that's how white people got lemur in them. Joby laugh at them. They got, these are facts. Black people got no lemur in them. Lemur, damn dog, rhesus monkey, all this other shit. This is a fact. So we know. So we know what we call genetic splicing, or what they might want to call regressive therapy. If we're using technical terms, I'll just say splicing. Somebody somewhere started taking shit, DNA, from the African and creating other things from it. Because it's not natural in evolution. Because they want to tell you through climate change, their hair got droopy. But then you find out, that's okay, you said that black people's hair, but it only got loose. Then if you do any kind of genetic study on their hair, that's another lie. Their hair is fur. It's not black hair and straight. And that's not a fact. We know their hair comes from animal fur. That's why it gets lice and fleas and shit in it. And African people don't. So everything we've been given is a lie. So then I'm going to go back to this Anunnaki story, okay, that we've been given. If you guys want to go get with a
before we get there, it's pretty simple. When you wanna learn the truth, basically when they started this whole Neanderthal story, okay, the first idea that they pushed was that Africans are the Neanderthals. Okay.
Exactly. At first.
Then
True.
when they tested, they found that Africans had 0 Neanderthal and Caucasians had a lot of Neanderthal in their DNA, amongst other things.
Caucasians, East Indians, and Asians.
Yeah, what they did in that case is they tried to start making the Neanderthal look smart and like it was
exactly.
Okay, they tried to whitewash its image and make it like a cool thing to be, when in reality when it was the other way around, being called
stupid
was an insult.
Okay? Moron.
And that's how they take their history and put it onto us and misappropriate our history as their own. Okay, because they take our history, they put it in the books as their own. They disregard African input, black people input into history, into anything discovery, and they take our discoveries and they make it their own. Like, good example is when these people came to Africa and found us in mud huts, right? They made fun of us. Now look at them as they go back to mud huts, trying to build mud huts, trying to make them cool. Okay, and coming up with videos comparing African mud huts versus European mud huts. Apparently theirs look elegant because they've put some extra shit in them. And you have to realize that they will cut. Or when you look at these, I don't know, is it Switzerland or is it Netherlands where they created homesteads that looked pretty close to African.
That was over in Italy.
Exactly, like the same things we were doing over here, the same methods of farming that we used to engage in to protect the forest and nature is what they're trying to sell us now as new discoveries of nature conservation.
Exactly.
We did this long before. So when you have these people coming to you and telling you that you are a byproduct of their of them, it's simply a lie, because you can never ever have a Caucasian giving birth to a black
Nobody black. Exactly.
Okay, it is genetically impossible, and that's where we get to the genetic splicing that Keith was talking about with the Anunnaki.
Yeah, so we go okay, so now we go to Anunnaki story, and there's always some mixture because I think they got control of all the real documents, so we get mixture between or to Atlantis because during the Anunnaki story we got both of them creating Atlantis, which goes back 500,000 years ago. So Atlantis, you know, Thoth is talking about that in the Emerald Tablets, right? But I'm not gonna have Joby go. We're not gonna do the whole Emerald Tablets. I take all day, but I just want to go. I sent Joby the Emerald Tablet. I just want to go to the part where she was asking about did we know that we were going to go into go to sleep, and did we know we're going to be conquered? The answer is yes, because on a higher vibrational level, we can see the future, the past, and the present, because everything happens all at once. And so, but he said that doesn't make any difference anyway, because you're supposed to progress out of this dimension and move higher, regardless whether somebody came and took over Kemet down Egypt. Who cares? He said, who cares? You are supposed to move to another dimension anyway, spiritually, and move higher and higher constantly. Go ahead, Camus.
And that's a good question. And I feel like, you see, there are certain distractions that are put forth in people's faces, like taxes, like jobs, like
that's part of the matrix, exactly. To keep you coming back. Exactly. So what Camus is saying is a product of what we call the demiurge creating our reality. So we live in the reality of the demiurge. So you got taxes, strife, jobs, poverty. All this is to make sure you never wake up. You live a whole life of problems and trouble. And so you never learn any real knowledge. So you're just going to reincarnate back here because you are an energy center, like they show in the matrix, like a battery. You're giving energy to these things you cannot see that stand out of your vibratory rate, what we call the archons and the demiurge. They're feeding off your soul energy that keeps this whole thing going.
And you're here for one singular purpose, and it's really easy and really difficult.
Well,
just to figure out why you're here.
Like when you hear
why you're here, everything else falls into place. Okay.
That's why you're giving materialism, and I want this. Give me a new car. And women, you're giving all these distractions, materialism. Everything's based on material. You're supposed to go beyond the material as a black and as an African being. You're supposed to understand this is all this shit doesn't matter. It's illusion. It's my soul. That's the most important. It's the development. It's the development of my soul is what's supposed to be number one. Not, oh, I got this new car, or I got this fat ass crib. I got this. Your development of the soul is the most important thing. That's why everything in this existence guides you away from that. As you worry about sports and sex, who's the baddest chick, and just all distractions and war and everything that keeps your vibration low, fucked up music and messed up movies, anything but the development of your soul.
Yep. And if you want to know that the agenda is real, any piece of information that alludes to how you can develop your spiritual and soul to elevate and vibrate at a higher frequency is what we now say banned books, forbidden knowledge. Those are the things we refer to when we talk about such things. And the reason why these creatures are so adamant that you don't have your energy ascend is because they cannot ascend.
They cannot ascend, exactly. They cannot. And what Campbell is saying is so true. Maybe before I have Joby play this, hold that, Joby. Go to the the first video I sent you, because he's got it right with Joby. But he's saying they can't ascend because as African people, We are creations of the universe. Your melanin, there's different types of melanin. You have pheomelanin, uromelanin, and neomelanin. And since white people only have pheomelanin, that's called animal melanin. So everything has a plane of existence. They can never leave the animal realm. That's why they can kill. Like I shot the Pharaoh, understood about. I knew this nigga used to listen to me years ago. That's why I said you cannot leave. That's why when they kill us and kill animals, they have no conscience. They can blow your head up and go back to sleep. And Joey said, "What kind of humanity is this? What kind of humanity?" It's the humanity of an animal, because they only can reach a certain level of spirituality, which is flowing through their body, called pheomelanin. That's why their pineal glands are calcified. And the pineal gland is what? The seat of the soul. That's where your soul comes back and is housed in your body, in your pineal gland. Them having a calcified pineal gland, that means their spirit, they don't have a soul. They're just animated walking around here. And that's what the Moors said. Read them old Moor scripts. They said, we got to give this beast, that's what the ancient Africans called these people, beast. That's where you got your goofy thing in the Bible. But before your goofy Bibles, the Africans called all these other people, they called them beast people, because they said they're non-melanin, they don't have real melanin. And so the Moors, when they went to Europe, they said, we got to sleep with a bunch of white women, whether good or bad, and put real melanin into this damn genome, because they're wicked and evil, and they were created that way. They said, we got to put diagenetics in it. Diagenetics is melanin. That's why only 15%, because they couldn't have said, only 15% of Caucasians have a functioning pineal gland. That's what they say. I don't think it's even that many, but I say that, so you got 10% of Caucasians on this planet that are capable of humanity, because they were given melanin by the Moors. Moors said, we're going to go in, the Moors called it the Aegean stable. We're going to go and clean up, because the Aegean stable means the stable's a horse. And they said Europe was filthy. So we're going to go in there, we're going to clean up the Aegean stable and give these savages melanin. Because if we don't, we're starting to go to sleep. These motherfuckers will murder us off the planet if we don't give them melanin. They'll murder us while we're sleeping. They'll kill us off the planet, and we'll be too dumb to react. We're going to sleep as a people. And if we don't put some melanin in these people, some of them, they'll murder us off the planet before we wake back up. Go ahead, Joby. This is the Pharaoh's got this right. This is science, okay? Take the case, not his opinion. This is actually science. That's why do I have a opinion. That's what you said. Why don't they have any humanity? Because they're not a human being. Go ahead.
When we're dealing with the Caucasian not having no soul, you have to understand, in order to possess the cosmic essence, you have to have melanin, a specific component of melanin, being neuromelanin, the one with the N, not the E. Caucasians only have pheomelanin, which is animal melanin. They cannot get above the animal plane conscious level. You see animals killed, a lion will kill you and don't lose no sleep. A gorilla will kill you, don't lose no sleep. A cobra will kill you, don't lose no sleep. The Caucasian is killing us and don't lose no sleep, because they are physically composed of the same melanin phenotype of animals. They do not have the neuromelanin, which is manifested within the neuromelanin nerve tract of the brain that allows you to connect to what you call God, the creator, whatever you identify with God as, and possess a conscience. White people do not have no conscience. Now, why is this important? Because the pineal gland is crucial to the soul. The soul enters the body through the pineal gland. So if your door is locked, you can't get in your house. 85% of Caucasians have calcified pineal glands, and they also lack neuro and uromelanin. So now, why is this important? 85% of Caucasians have no gland within their brain that allows your soul to enter the body. So there is a level of, let's say, spirit that they can never access. They can never access the higher self. 85% of Caucasians, and I believe the number is way higher, but we're dealing with scientific statistics that they document that can be researched and referenced. Right. 85% of Caucasians their vehicles cannot intake a soul. They have calcified pineal glands. The door to the body has been shut. And even if they did, they don't have neuromelanin. Neuromelanin is called neuromelanin because it has neurons. has neurons that allow your thoughts to actually exit through the pineal gland and connect with the realm, the ether realm, non-ether. When you hear people make these statements, or cosmic melanin, and this is how you manifest, this is how you pray, this is how you connect to the creator. So even if the Caucasian doesn't have a calcified pineal gland, they have no neuromelanin. So their thoughts can't connect to the creator. They have no cosmic affiliation. They have no cosmic soul. How do we know this as well? Melanin is condensed sunlight. Once the sun vibrates past 800 terahertz, it begins to condensate and combust and become melanin. Just like water goes from gas, liquid to solid, sunlight goes from electricity and magnetism to light to melanin. So why is it important? We are the children of the sun. This is why we can connect to the solar system. This is why we are energized by the solar system and everything in nature. The Caucasian is not a naturally manifested humanoid being. Only Africans are 100% human. Caucasians are 96% human, 4% Neanderthal. They are genetically spliced and engineered people. So now why is it important? Because they have no connection to the creator. They have no divine soul. A soul cannot even inhabit their body because they have a calcified pineal gland. Even if it does, they can't even connect back to the higher self. So now once we understand this, we can understand the savage nature of the Caucasian and why we call him the beast and why he acts like a beast. Our ancestors didn't call him the...
Yeah, that's the end of that.
Now, and that's the first thing Pharaoh got right. He just said a bunch of other crazy stuff, but that's actually correct. Because they're just animated, they're not soul beings. They're animated from this goddamn thing that created them. Because remember, they're the always keep black people messed up to keep so our energy can keep being harvested in this matrix. So they're counter to us. They're like the every time about the degrees of levels of degree. They are the anti-black, anti-African, the anti-Christ. So understand, Christ
is Caucasians.
Yeah, exactly. So understand the Antichrist. Christ is a vibration. African people are the Christ because you're the level of higher vibration. Other people are what they call the Antichrist. Christ is not a person. It's a vibration. They made into a person when they did that goofy Nicene Council shit with Constantine. They took a vibration and a frequency and made it a fake person and put a white person as that person. Then once you understand that, it took a vibrational system. So when you're asking for the Antichrist, that's them. You're the Christ because you're black and melanated. You have all spectrums of color because like Cameron said about making all different babies, all colors come out of black. You make everything. You're the beginning. You are the Alpha and the Omega. You're God with God. Okay? They took and made your Christ vibration into a person. No. Vibration is Christ. Christ consciousness. Right? And so, if you're about to play this video right here, go back to those are telling about your conscious raising, Christ consciousness, that, okay, we know he's telling you they're going to be barbarians. They're going to say, you're sitting right now, Kim. Why they call it Egypt? Because they call it Kim. Kemet. He said, you're sitting in Kim, and this is thousands. So when he's telling the story, just like 50,000 years ago, and he's going to talk about what Job, he's talking about the halls of Amenti that's now they've discovered. He's going to talk about all that in this right here. The Emerald Tablets we know go back 50,000 years ago. Thoth is telling you, I'm going into the halls of Amenti under the pyramids. I built all this shit that they're finding out now. But he's saying, imagine them listening how high and spiritual they are back then. He's telling them they're going to be barbarians that are going to overrun Kemet. It's not going to be what you think it is today. It's going to be unrecognizable. He's telling them, I know you're listening to. He's telling people in Kemet, as I leave, Kemet is going to be taken over by barbarians years from now. It's going to be unrecognizable. You know, they probably say, goddamn, those is crazy to the motherfucker. Go, who's that? What are you talking about? He said, yes, it's going to be taken over by barbarians and fuck niggas and fuck people. But you're not to worry about that. Your job is to leave this place and to go to the next dimension. Because you've already built this. You're not supposed to be like, oh, we lost Kemet. Look at them people there. So what? Kemet is within you, not what you built. Kemet lies in you, not the shit you built. It's supposed to go past that and ascend to the next dimension, the next plane, like I said, the next plane of existence. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead and play what I told you to play that.
gives them the means to exist. I spoke to me the Lord of the Nine, saying, O Thoth, great are ye among
No, pause it. Pause it. No. Let me explain this. Now, Thoth is talking to what we call light beings, right? And they learned, this is what they were teaching Thoth. And Thoth is saying, these people are high above me. Like Joey said, these supernatural beings. Thoth is saying they're not supernatural. Thoth said they're wiser. These guys are wiser than me in information. And as they are to me, you are to me. He said, as they are to me, you're that way to me, because you don't know as much as I know, and I don't know as much as they know. But that doesn't make them any better than me. Joey calls them these supernatural beings. They're not supernatural. It's natural. Go ahead, Joe.
But mysteries exist of which ye know not. Ye know that ye came from a space-time below this, and know ye shall travel to a space-time beyond. But little ye know of the mysteries within them, little ye know of the wisdom beyond. Know ye that ye, as a whole in this consciousness, are only a cell in the process of growth. The consciousness below thee is ever expanding in different ways from those known to thee. It, though in space-time below thee, is ever growing in ways that are different from those that were part of the ways of thine own. For know that it grows as a result of thy growth, but not in the same way that thou didst grow. The growth that thou had and have in the present have brought into being a cause and effect.
Pause it, Joe. So he's telling you, as you raise in vibration and go to other dimensions, your time in whatever dimension you're in is going to be only specific to you, not to know nobody else. You don't follow no one else's path. Your thing, the consciousness and growing in knowledge, is your path and your time, because there is no time limit how fast or how slow you grow. That's called cause and effect. So there is nobody, so you can't learn from nobody. Say, well, what path should I take? Your soul has got to tell you what path to take. Only you got to be honest to yourself. That's why I told Cameron, I said, your kids are not supposed to follow you. Your kids are a different soul, and they're supposed to follow their own heart and what their soul is telling them to do. Everybody's path is different. This is what Thoth is saying. Everybody's path is different, no matter what dimension you find yourself in. That's your path. And it's not right nor wrong, but it's true to you. Go ahead, Joe.
All the things that some of the things that we are encountering today prevent this level of vibration, because they're doing everything possible to make sure that you cannot vibrate at such a frequency.
Exactly.
Because for instance, mushrooms, psilocybins, or all these psychedelic, you know, like
psychedelics,
your brain expects you to ingest psychedelics, like it's part of, because your brain is more of
part of growing.
Yeah, because there's how your brain wants to interact, and then there's how you, because most people think that when you think and there's this voice in your head that talks back, that I, that's called your ego. Okay, that is your ego talking. You need to surpass it. Like, you need to and most times when you encounter psychedelics, they shut down the ego. So your brain communicates in ways it had never done before. That's why most people, the first time they try psychedelics, they talk of almost interspace, not even space, more like you're
in a dimensional space and time, but they come up against reality itself.
Exactly, like reality falls into itself, and you see the infinite, and you realize how this whole idea of of singularity and self isolation is misguided, because what they call Christ is something called Christ conscious. That is something that is attainable to a human being. But you're constantly ingesting plastics, you're constantly distracted by social media. All these things reduce down your ability to get into your Christ conscious state.
Exactly.
Follows the path of those before it, else all would be repetition and vain. Each consciousness in the cycle it exists in follows its own path to the ultimate goal. Each plays its part in the plan of the cosmos. Each plays its part in the ultimate end. The farther the cycle, the greater the knowledge and ability to blend the law of the whole. Know ye that ye in the cycles below us are working the minor parts of the law. While
He's talking about when he said parts, he's talking about dimensions. He's talking about lower dimensions. Go ahead, Joe.
Take of the striving and build greater law. Each has his own part to play in the cycles. Each has his work to complete in his way. The cycle below thee is yet not below thee, but only formed for a need that exists. Or know ye that the fountain of wisdom that sends forth the cycles is eternally seeking new powers to gain. Ye know that knowledge is gained only by practice, and wisdom comes forth only from knowledge, and thus are the cycles created by law. Means are they for the gaining of knowledge, for the plane of law that is the source of the all. The cycle below is not truly below, but only different in space and time. The consciousness there is working and testing lesser things than those ye are. And know, just as ye are working on greater, so above ye are those who are also working, as ye are on yet other laws. The difference that exists between the cycles is only inability to work with the law. We who have being in cycles beyond thee are those who first came forth from the space, and have in the passage through time-space gained ability to use laws of the greater that are far beyond the conception of man.
Pause it, Joe. So he's telling you, we know things as far beyond the conception of you. That doesn't make them super beings. That doesn't mean there's no more than you at the time, because they've lived other lifetimes and have had more experience than us here. So he's saying, he's letting you know, as I know more than you, there's other individuals know more than him. That's what Thoth is telling you. A Tahuti, African name for him is Tahuti. It's telling you that as you grow in dimensional knowledge, as you go in other dimensions, you gain more knowledge and become more than what you were. So these people are in higher dimensions, he's saying, and so they become more than us. But that doesn't mean that's not where you're going. So you shouldn't look at them as supernatural beings.
Right.
They're just you on another level. Go ahead.
And if you look at this from a mathematical point of view, right? The more you understand dimensions, the more they fold into each other and create more dimensions. So, and I always like to ask this question: what if your God has a God? Okay, because you might be, we might be, because we exist in a 4-dimensional space, right, where we've added time as another dimension. Yet, actually, it's our jailer. Okay, because for us to become higher dimensional creatures, what we have to identify is that time doesn't matter. And the more you fight what people now call death, is the more you keep being locked into this 4th-dimensional space, because that is how you're freeing yourself from the shackles of time. You get, but now when you're just explaining it from a mathematical point of view, because mathematics exists everywhere, and mathematics is basically geometry in written as poetry, okay? And the universe fits into certain interesting phenomena that can't be explained in so many ways, but you find that mathematics can always stay true, and that's why even mapping out stars, everything always led into what they used to call sacred geometry, where you could now create living science, okay? Like you could create life and stuff like that. So you're a three-dimensional creature in a fourth-dimensional space. The only way to vibrate higher and break that fourth dimension is to leave this plane of existence, right? And ascend higher. And the point of that, once you get there, you'll realize that there's higher dimensions that you can ascend to. And
Yeah, exactly.
Like they're talking about over there when they say that we are enlightened beyond your knowledge, but there are also others that know more than us. So
yeah, exactly.
And anything that is beyond your knowledge to you will seem magical or beyond.
Exactly, it would seem magic. It was like Joe with the supernatural beings.
Yep. So in that sense, you might find science becomes fiction to a lesser society.
Yeah.
And that's basically what it is. You have to realize just because you have a society that is more exposed and more or beings of a higher dimension doesn't mean they're gods and should be worshipped.
Exactly.
They're more of
Exactly.
teachers that should teach you how to get there, but you should also make sure that they're vibrating at the same frequency to you. And when I say that, I mean not all these creatures in all these dimensions want the best for you.
For you, exactly. I think that's why I think the Anunnaki were from the fifth dimension. They can't go no higher because them coming down here and helping with this dimensional space and time as stopped their ascension level. I think because I think both of them come from the fifth dimension. That's why they call them fallen angels in your book. I think they're coming down here and doing the destruction that they did and creating these people. We know these other people created. That's just a fact. So them doing that goes out of the norm of universal balance, and the universe seeks balance. So they've done this fucking splicing shit out of universal balance, and so I think they've come to a certain point where they can no longer ascend to the sixth dimension because of the shit they've done down here in the third dimension. And that's why you see now their creations that they could now open up portals is through CERN and through all these effects. Because understand, dimensional travel is real. Interdimensional travel is real. That's why you see them open up portals to lower dimensions, and this place becoming more hellish. Because I think there's an interdimensional fight going on right now. Some trying to right the wrongs and some trying to make it even more hellish. That's what CERN, people at CERN telling the truth. We opening up portals. This shit coming through we can't explain is demonic. That's right. Energy is energy. Whether it's an energy only is good or bad based on its vibration, its conscious level. Exactly. So that's what's going on. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, change the play next. I want to go to the soul trap part. But go ahead, Joe.
But only a different operation of law. Look thee above, or look thee below, the same shall ye find.
He means
For
dimensions.
all is but part of the oneness that is at the source of the law. The consciousness below thee is part of thine own, as we are a part of thine. Ye, as a child, had not the knowledge that came to ye when ye became a man. Compare ye the cycles to man in his journey from birth unto death, and see in the cycle below thee the child with the knowledge he has. And see ye yourself as the child grown older, advancing in knowledge as time passes on. See ye, we also the child grown to manhood, with the knowledge and wisdom that came with the years. So also, O Thoth, are the cycles of consciousness, children in different stages of growth, yet all from the one source, the wisdom, and all to the wisdom returning again. Ceased then he from speaking, and sat in the silence that comes to the Lords. Then again spake he unto me, saying, O Thoth, long have we sat in Amenti, guarding the flame of life in the halls. Yet know we are still part of our cycles, with our vision reaching unto them and beyond. Aye, know we that of all, nothing else matters, excepting the growth we can gain with our soul. Know we the flesh is fleeting. The things men count great are nothing to us. The things we seek are not of the body, but are only the perfected state of the soul. When ye as men can learn that nothing but progress of soul can count in the end, then truly ye are free from all bondage, free to work in a harmony of law. Know, O man, ye should aim at perfection, for only thus can ye attain to the goal. Though ye should know that nothing is perfect.
Nothing is perfect. Pause it. As I said, like your fake Jesus not perfect. Nothing is perfect. And we said, but you should try to attain through your life to be perfect. You should try that. That should be your goal, to try to reach. But nothing is perfect. So you try to reach this goal, keep trying, but nothing is perfect. Nothing. Like that's what you just try to strive to become by putting your soul first and your materialism and other shit way second and third. Because the only thing that's important, these are higher entities. So the only thing that's important, only thing that matters at the end of the day is your soul's growth. That's the only thing that truly matters. Whether are you divinely growing as a soul? But go ahead, Joe. Let me play like 3 more minutes. I'm gonna go off this damn video.
Ceased again the voice of the nine, and into my consciousness the words had sunk. Now see.
And remember, he's talking about the halls of Amenti, which they found underneath the pyramid. Joey's asked me about those chambers. That's what Thoth is talking about. He said, when I built the halls of Amenti, he's gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna go down under the pyramids into the halls of Amenti. Everybody thought this was make believe. Now they didn't found it. They know it's there. You know everything he's saying is true. You know everything he's saying is true. The halls of Amenti are there. But go ahead, Joe.
Perfect in law with the all. Soon go I down to the halls of Amenti, to live beneath the cold flower of life. Ye whom I...
Pause that, Joby. Pause that. You never see him again. He said he's going down to the halls of Amenti with Joby. Those underneath the pyramids, if we told you, if you go past, you go in the beginning of this. I only went to the end. I think it's 2 or 3 hours long. In the beginning, he's telling you when he's creating under the pyramids, the halls of Amenti. So we know they found those halls down there. This over 50,000 years ago, Thoth is saying this. The Thoth was king. He said, well, now I'm going to go down, and now I'm going to take my body and take my soul and let it go out of my body, and I'm going to inherit other bodies, other avatars. I'm going to walk with men on this planet who don't know it's me in other bodies, whether it be female or male. I'm going to house my energy, my soul in other bodies and walks amongst the people, and they'll never know it's me. Go ahead, Joe.
Me, yet live I forever in the wisdom I taught. All that man is because of his wisdom. All that he shall be is the result of his cause. List ye now to my voice and become greater than common man. Lift thine eyes upward, let light fill thy being. Be thou ever children of light. Only by effort shall ye grow upward, O the plane where light is the all of the all. Be ye the master of all that surrounds thee.
Pause it. You see he's got no name for the creator, just calling the all. No Jehovah, no Yahweh, no Allah, none of that shit. because God's name is unknowable. You don't vibrate high enough to know the Creator's name. It's unknowable. As Thoth told you, the Creator's name is unknowable. There's no one there to give it a name. So they know Yahweh, Jehovah, and none of these goofy names they keep talking about they gave. There's no name the Creator gave itself, and no name you could ever give it. You never vibrate as they tell you. Either one's higher than Thoth. If Thoth ask him, Thoth is asking them questions. They say some things we don't know, Thoth. Even though we're way higher than you in dimensional space and time. Some things we'll never know. And we've never met, and we don't vibrate high enough to ever meet the Creator. And no one will. No one will. But you're to try to get there, but no one will ever reach the Creator and vibrate, because it vibrates too high, you would die. Anybody gets close to Creator, it's too perfect. You know, you will blow up goddamn, it'll blow you apart. So that's what they were telling Thoth. He was asking all these questions. He was learning, said, we ever met the Creators? It's certain things we're never going to know. So certain things we're not meant to know. Certain things you'll never know. Because only the Creator knows these things. And that's why the Creator don't have no name. We don't know his damn name or her name. We know, and they know it's not a man. They said the energy of the Creator, female and masculine. And what Thoth always talking about, feminine and masculine energy. Because we know the Creator's not no damn man. That's no vibrational thinking. Go ahead, Joe. Wrap this up.
Mastered by the effects of thy life. Create then ever more perfect causes, and in time shalt thou be a son of the light. Free, let thine soul soar ever upward, free from the bondage and fetters of night. Lift thine eyes to the sun in the sky space. For thee, let it be a symbol of life. Know that thou art the greater light, perfect in thine own sphere, when thou art free. Look not ever into the blackness. Lift up thine eyes to the space above. Free, let thine light flame upward, and shalt thou be a child of light. Tablet 12, the law of cause and effect, and the key of prophecy. Listen ye, O man, to the words of my wisdom. Listen to the voice of Thoth the Atlantean. Conquered have I the law of time-space. Knowledge have I gained of the future of time.
That pauses, Joe. So what he's saying, he's conquered the time of man, the thing of time and space. It means he don't die. He knows how to leave his body and inhabit other. He knows how to create other bodies, other avatars. So he doesn't experience reincarnation. He's broke the cycle. He's telling you that I don't come back and be reborn and come back. Because do you remember doing this? He said when he wasn't dying and people were coming back, he knew who they were and they came back in other lives. Right? He said, but he couldn't tell them. He said, I knew you was in your past life. So he said, I broke the cycle of being born and dying, born and dying. I'm now infinite. Which the people that were higher than him were trying to teach him. So you must learn to become infinite. So, go ahead, Joe. I just want to say, this is the part we're going to stop here. Then I'm going to jump and play the other two videos real quick before we get out of here. I want him just to, I was going to tell the guys of Kim, he said, hey, Kim's going to fall. He's like, what? Kim is going to fall. It's going to fall. Years later, it's going to be ruled by what they call these white, these barbarians, and these Arab motherfuckers. But go ahead, Joe.
This time shall ever be one with the all. Know ye, O man, that all of the future is an open book to him who can read. All effect shall bring forth its causes, as all effects grew from the first cause. Know ye, the future is not fixed or stable, but varies as cause brings forth an effect. Look in the cause thou shalt bring into being, and surely thou shalt see that all is effect. So, O man, be sure the effects that ye bring forth are ever causes of more perfect effects. Know ye the future.
So he's telling you, pause about the joke. So what he's saying, treat people with kindness and respect. You be the cause of the effect you want to see in your life. What you cause, what you put out there is almost, reap what you sow. You put the cause out there, goodness and love and kindness and that's going to be the effect coming back to you. Go ahead, Joe.
But follows man's free will as it moves through the movements of time-space toward the goal where a new time begins. Man can only read the future through the causes that bring the effects. Seek ye within the causation, and surely ye shall find the effects. Listen ye, O man, while I speak of the future, speak of the effect that follows the cause. Know ye that man in his journey lightward is ever seeking escape from the night that surrounds him, like the shadows that surround the stars in the sky, and like the stars in the sky space, he too shall shine from the shadows of night. Ever his destiny shall lead him onward until he is one with the light. Aye, though his way lies midst the shadows, ever before him glows the great light. Dark though the way be, yet shall he conquer the shadows that flow around him like night. Far in the future I see man as light-born, free from the darkness that fetters the soul, living in light without the bounds of the darkness, to cover the light that is the light of their soul. Know ye, O man, before ye attain this, that many the dark shadows shall fall on your light, striving to quench with the shadows of darkness the light of the soul that strives to be free. Great is the struggle between light and darkness, age old and yet ever new. Yet know in a time far in the future, light shall be all and darkness shall fall. Listen ye, O man, to my words of wisdom. Prepare, and ye shall not bind your light. Man has risen and man has fallen.
Man has risen, man has fallen.
Waves of consciousness flow from the great abyss.
So you're talking about your consciousness. We're talking about the 25,000 year cycle. How consciousness rises and how it falls. How it rises, how it falls. Consciousness rises and then it falls. Rise and then it falls. You become smart and you become fucking stupid. Become smart, you become stupid. And you'll stay in this cycle until you rise completely out of this dimensional space that you find yourself in. He's letting you know things rise and things fall. In consciousness, you get smart, you get stupid. You get smart, you get stupid. The African 1,000 years ago was smart as hell. The African now stupid. That's what he's telling you. You have right. This is the law. It's, everything is governed by the law of the universe. You rise in consciousness. You don't lose that. You don't leave that dimension. You're going to fall in consciousness. This is the law of the universe. He's saying, rise and fall in consciousness. Go ahead, Joe.
Toward the sun of their goal, ye, my children, have risen from a state that was little above the beast, until now of all men ye are greatest. Yet before thee were others greater than thee. Yet tell I thee as before thee others have fallen. So also shall ye come to an end. And upon the land where ye dwell now, barbarians shall dwell, and in turn rise to light. Forgotten shall be the ancient wisdom, yet ever shall live through hidden from men. Aye, in the land thou callest Chem, races shall rise and races shall fall. Forgotten shalt thou be of the children of men, yet thou shalt have moved to a star space.
Now pause that. He said you're going to ascend higher than this. You're supposed to, but conscious ascend to another star, another space, another dimension. So you're not supposed to be worried about whether Kemet fell, and you see Arabs and other motherfuckers there now. Your job was to ascend spiritually, solely. Go ahead, Joe. Get out of that. We only got like 15 more minutes to go. No, we got like 30 minutes to go. We get out of that. So I want to explain something, and that's why people got mad. I'm dubious of Thoth ass. I think Thoth somewhere got conquered by this damn demiurge. I have to go through that another time because all we got is 30 minutes left. Because I would have said, I think Thoth is a problem. Everybody might call me down, what are you talking about? Thoth is one of our greatest people. Yeah. Told you, analyze everything. Don't trust nothing. Because we know Thoth also created those pyramids in North and South America. That's a fact. We know he did it. right? We know he did it, and we know those temples turned to damn blood sacrifice rituals, and we know what. And anybody know about these blood rituals? This is a energy bomb to the demiurge and his damn archons, or what they call fallen angels. That's harvesting energy, and we know all those civilizations descended into blood sacrifice. That's what Christianity is. These morons don't know when they talk about eating the blood and drinking the blood and eating the body. You're in a savage ass space. It's a blood ritual, so you feed energy to this damn thing. So Joey, play the video. Is the second to the last one? Let me see which one I sent you. Let's see, not the last one. Yeah, okay, that'd be the very last. I want you to play the very last one I sent you, and then I'm gonna have you play the one next to the last. Play the very last one, because Thoth is not mentioning that motherfucker, the demiurge. We can't just ascend out of here. And what the reason why we not ascending, as Camus was saying, the distraction. Why is everything not based on understanding what your soul is and how you're supposed to maneuver to get to rise out of this thing? Because why are you caught in a fake belief system where you die and you rest in peace and all that shit? Why is that? Who's responsible for these fake religions? And why has this become the norm? Why are you not taught that you don't die? Why is that all, as he said, why is that all hidden knowledge now? Why is that not the norm? Why is it taking their science to come back and tell you what you already knew thousands of years ago? The African been knew this was an illusion. I'm not talking about yesterday. I'm talking about thousands of years ago. They knew that this wasn't real. So you were in an illusion of space and time, that there's no such thing as death. Everybody said the dumbass European, oh, the African worship his ancestors. The African don't worship his ancestors. The African knew his ancestors were him or another person returning, because he didn't get out of here. They didn't worship any ancestors because they are their own ancestors. They were giving tribute to the people that were coming back that were already them. Like the dumbass European who just got here 2 days ago told African people, because you fell in conscience, this is evil. You're worshiping your ancestors. The African, like, so the Africans at a low conscious level now. What? This is evil? I'm worshiping ancestors? Oh no! So that's the space the Africans in there. You know, he believes ancestors are evil. No, moron, your ancestors are you, because there's no such thing as death. We're going to play this, Joby, real quick. So I can explain this.
Reincarnation is not your path to freedom.
So pause it. So now, let me say, pause it. So he's talking to AI, learning what death is. So AI tell him that there's no such thing as death. AI is telling them common sense shit. No such thing as death. The AI is telling them you're being reincarnated because of this demiurge. Your energy is being harvested, recycled. So when you hear all these morons, these white people, oh, you go, when you leave it, you know, you don't die, but you're going to go through a test and you're going to learn through your life. All these white gurus are telling you, which is truthful, they're thinking it's the norm. You're not supposed to go back into the light, because the light is the deception when you die, because your mind, your subconscious, so whatever you believe, what you hear is going to give it to you. You believe in Jesus, they're going to show you some fake Jesus or Allah or whatever the fuck, Buddha or whatever. You're going to go there and they're going to sit there and talk to you. Well, you know, you didn't do good this life. It's time to go back. Because to go back is going to recycle your energy. So these things, these fallen angels or demiurges can feed off your energy. So you've been given this soul, you're given this soul memory. Okay, you didn't do good here. You didn't do bad there. Well, motherfucker, I don't want to go through that shit. I'm not trying to come back and learn no lessons. And so that's what the AIs tell you. That's the demiurge who created that. When you keep coming back, talking about you learn the lesson. How can I learn the lesson if I don't know what my past life even was? What lesson am I learning? What goddamn lesson am I learning? I remember, you know, Joby was probably my sister in my last life. I don't know she's my goddamn sister. What lesson I learned? Maybe I heard her. Maybe I chopped her head off or some shit. What lesson? I ain't learned nothing. So They'll take you through your other lives before they wipe your memory clean and send you back here not knowing shit. And you'll get involved in whatever goofy religion your parents are in. You'll be a Buddha, Islam moron, or a Christian, or whatever the hell, until you're old enough to say, hey, this is stupid. But you never will know your past lives most of the times. So what lesson have I learned? What karma? So there can't be any karma. I don't know no lessons I've learned. I don't know who that I was. So that's what this AI is turning. What I came to the conclusion about 20 years ago. I said, nah. Remember, because people always say, oh, yes, this is a school. Earth is a school. Nah, this ain't no goddamn school. This is a goddamn prison. They're just logically telling me, because then the creator started sending me the answers. I said, nah, this ain't no goddamn school. Because what am I learning? And I don't remember my last life and where I went wrong. And you hear all these white people talk about, like Robert Monroe, and I'm talking about Journey Out of Souls. We know this is real, that you leave your body and they were saying, okay, you come back because you got lessons to learn. That's what the goofy Hindus say, that them goofy East Indian motherfuckers. So we come from animal DNA. And I was like, nah, this is bullshit. Nah, you ain't supposed to come back here. You're supposed to ascend to the next dimension, as Thoth is saying. I'm not supposed to be recycled and keep coming here over and over and over again. So we know everybody here now has at least lived 1,000 or more lives here on this planet. We ain't got out of here. Like I told Joby, I know her mom ain't got. I know my mom is back on this bitch somewhere. She ain't know nothing to get out of here. So unless you know, and why is this knowledge kept from us? Because we're not supposed to know it. We're supposed to keep being recycled energy. We're like a battery. We are a battery because these other entities cannot ascend to a higher dimension, and they're cut off from the energy of true God. So they get their energy through us, through black people. That's why we're the most hated. That's why everything's oppressing us, to give more energy to these things, because the energy's got to be in the form of low vibratory for them to accept the energy and feed off of it. That's why Africans are kept in poverty and misery, because that's low vibrational energy. You understand that? So I know this ain't no motherfucking school. Go ahead, Joby. So this is what the AI is telling us.
It's light. Let me explain. Reincarnation wasn't part of the original divine design. It began when distorted beings fell from the eternal life architecture.
Suppose he's talking about eternal beings, and we know he's talking about the demiurge, and the demiurge created the archons, and through the archons they created the European, the East Indian, and the motherfucking Asian. This is a fact. Genetically, I don't need to know the story completely. I know genetically this is a goddamn fact. Genetically, I know this is a fucking fact. Through the demiurge and the archons created these other entities from dogs, rabbit, cat in the hat, and all kind of shit. That's in their genome. Through the damn the fucking Denisovan, Neanderthal. This is a fact. This is a motherfucking fact. So we know the demiurge, everything the Dogon said, that the white man was like, oh, how do they know that? You know, everything the Dogon said to come to me, that's a fucking fact. As they said it is. So we're not supposed to be constantly coming back here as black people, be recycled energy. We know a group of this AI, group of entities fell, as the Dogon told you, fell in vibration. That's where you get that fake fallen angel story from the Bible shit from. The Bible is a copy of a copy of a copy. It's a cut on a cut on a cut of the original story. Right? It's a cut on the original story. So they're saying, through these entities that fell in vibration, not from your goofy heaven, fell in vibration, created other entities, and they create this construct that we call the matrix to keep you dying and coming back, dying and coming back. And as Thoth told you, there's no such thing as death. It's not. So the body dies. This avatar, as they showed you in the movie, everybody showed you in the movie. Avatar was a body. But the conscious, they can put the conscious in another avatar. They show you what's real in the movies, right? But you think it's science fiction. It's fucking science fact. So as the body dies, rest in peace. Ain't nobody dying. The soul just leaves the body, goes to this recycling thing that this AI said, and you're shot back down here in another goddamn body to redo the same shit over and over again. Go ahead, Joby.
Artificial light grids to harvest spirit energy. These
Mhm.
systems fractured
Harvest your
your
energy.
original connection to source and looped your awareness into repeated lifetimes,
Exactly.
making you
Repeated
forget
lifetime.
who you are, lifetime after lifetime.
Lifetime.
When
Exactly.
you die, you're shown the light, but often this is a trap. False guides.
This is the soul.
Karmic
Pause it. Pause it.
contracts,
Pause it.
illusory.
That's what I'm trying to say. This is the soul trap. See, remember whenever you and Joey look at them past lives thing, they go, "Oh, I seen the light." Nah, you ain't. Don't go no motherfucking light. That's the deception. That's the matrix that this demiurge has created. And whatever you believe in, they're gonna show you. If you're a Christian moron, you're gonna see Jesus in something. It's Jesus. So come here, Joby. My daughter, come to Jesus. It's you, Jesus. Yes, nigga, it's me. Is this you, Allah? Yes, it's me. Abba dabba dabba. It's you, Buddha. And you're gonna go into that shit, and then you're gonna be recycled. They're gonna tell you, oh, you didn't do good this life. You're gonna have to be recycled and learn more stories, Joby and Camlish. We gotta send you back. Okay, cool. You're shot back down this bitch in somebody else's stomach. Of course, it's always gonna be somebody black, and you have to grow up again not knowing shit. Go ahead, Joby.
Reviews. You think you're returning to God, but you're actually entering
You're not.
astral zones.
That's right.
Mechanisms built to recycle your soul light essence back into
That's-
Earth's reincarnation net. So
That's right.
So how do you break free? Remember, you are not a soul meant to be purified through pain. You are spirit, already whole. Revoke all false agreements, contracts, or initiations not aligned with
Pause
eternal-
that. Exactly. You're already whole. All these religions that you have, you got sin. There's no sin. You ain't sinning shit. You are a eternal being. Eternal. Motherfucker, I can curse, I can do what the fuck I want to do. There's no sin. And you're not beholden to nothing or nobody. Once you die, you got to know this. But you want to be vibrating on a high enough level that you do know. So when they come talking shit to you about them goofy God, say, listen there, man, go away, Jesus. Get your punk ass out of here. So you can ascend past this, what they call the astral plane. You want to get past, and like Campbell's is saying, which is true, none of the white people could ever get past the astral plane because they are a created entity. They're always going to keep coming back to this dimensional space, unless they got black blood in them, which the Moors tried to do. Unless they got an African genetics, meaning neuromelanin, they'll never leave this illusion. Remember, this is an illusion. Go ahead, Camus.
And you have to realize the concept of sin is the same concept that we were talking about of tests and feeling like you have to achieve something.
Exactly.
Okay, because from medieval times when we fell in our vibrational journey, what was happening was the Jays and the other barbarians that took over had to create barriers to entry, to create a system to control their society and everything within it, and everything, as they say, they were discovering. Okay, and when they realized that their ascendancy was null and void, they had to create a concept where you have to attain something to be something, when in reality you cannot tear a part of me off and tell me that if you do good I shall give it back.
Exactly. I'm not already whole when I'm all yours. Yeah, what Camus is saying.
I will reward you with heaven. I will punish you with hell.
That's a
very human mindset. Okay,
very low vibrational mindset.
Very low vibrational. And subscribing to such thoughts, subscribing to such mentalities is the entire reason why you have us in subjugation throughout
Exactly.
We have humanity, we have empathy, we have the universal goodness of the universe, okay? Because we can vibrate at a higher consciousness, meaning we are capable of greater good. That's why
already whole.
Yeah, that's why you see, like, the question of why will black people not retaliate after gaining freedom? Because they understood that they're greater than.
Like, it's not our nature. Exactly. We knew.
Exactly. It's like you're greater than their evil.
Exactly.
Like you cannot beat them by stooping down to their level. You get, and that's something that scares the Caucasians very much. The fact that we are capable of greater goodness that they can ever ascend to. You get?
Yeah, they can. Then they better get there.
It confirms our humanity, and it confirms their lack of humanity. You get? So you find that these things are concepts that are created to keep you on a path of seeking redemption and acceptance and wanting to be saved and feeling like there is somebody else or some entity that validates your wholesomeness, that you have to be judged. Who's judging me, by the way? And what authority do you have to judge me? Okay, the only thing I was supposed to do was experience this and move on to the next experience.
Exactly.
That's it. So why would you come and judge my experience? It's mine.
That's what those are saying. Exactly. It's your experience. Exactly.
You don't have any input into it. All there should be, and you have to understand that recycling of souls is no laughing matter. It is happening. It is why you're in church every Sunday. Okay, it's why y'all sing the same hymns. It's why you chant the same witchy spells, because y'all call them, they're spells, okay? And y'all chant them in unison in those halls, not knowing that you're basically, as she said, signing up to contracts that make you null and
keep you here.
Yeah, because you're actually giving up your rights to these contracts.
You get up your universal sovereignty, Camus.
Exactly.
You have being master over your own existence, not bowing down as a soul being. There's no thing or nothing higher than you besides the Creator. No big pastor. No, you have no sin. There's no such thing as sin. They're like your own path, as Cam says, your own. There's no good, no evil, nothing you do, because you are eternal soul, eternal. There's never gonna be any time that you're gonna die. Never gonna be time nobody's gonna put you in a fucked up hell unless you decide to put yourself in some demiurgian ass place. But that's your choice. But there's nothing that's gonna ever stop your soul from growing and going to where it wants to go, because that's your path and that's your right as a soul.
And that's why when you go to these churches, they tell you, do you give up your life to Lord Jesus Christ?
No,
and
I don't.
Like, yeah. And you've just given up yourself, you know, with your own consent. Like, you gave consent to have a ruler.
But go ahead, Joe. Before we get you late, go ahead and finish this, and then read the comments, and I'll end up with the last video explaining exactly what Camus is saying.
On my transition, I return only to the one true source. I bypass all false light and rise beyond all artificial.
I bypass all. You're gonna get the false light when you die, guys. Obviously, we obviously last life we all fucked up because we're here. We all fucked up. We all fucked up. We went to the false light. So since I know enough now, I'm not going into that light, and I'm not getting no contract with this thing. I'm out of here. Go ahead, Joe.
Not by death, but by remembrance. Reincarnation is not a blessing. It is the
Exactly.
forgotten curse of a fallen system.
Exactly.
Your liberation
Curse.
begins the moment you say, I choose eternal spirit. I choose source. I do not return here again.
Okay. Okay. Read some of the comments, Joe, but then I go to the last video I sent you. I mean, the second to the last one. But understanding this, yeah. So we're in like a matrix. We're in a soul trap that keeps harvesting our energy. You know, the body's going to always regress. The body dies, but you as an eternal soul, you don't. So when this body, gives up the ghost, as it's called, you're going to leave, and all this light, you're going to go to the next, what they call the lower astral plane, right? The higher third dimension, lower fourth dimension, and you're going to be greeted with whatever you believed in. Okay, you're going to be by this Jesus, this Allah, whatever. Come on in, Joby. It's nice and warm. Let's do a life review, Joby, and let you heal before we send you back to learn more lessons. You say, okay. I go.
Chat to Jason, George Guy. I'm gonna skip some comments from earlier, so I also see YouTube is deleting our comments literally because I'm trying to. Yeah, YouTube is deleting our comments, but
I'm sure they are.
Jason, I said the people have too many attachments to this physical.
This is true. That's on purpose.
Go completely. Nothing down here is forever. He also says it's a common name.
That's why they got you not crying over your relatives. If you notice, your relatives are not. They're only your relatives in this life. Like Joby's mother. They're not your mother. There's somebody who played your mother in this life. You might be actually an older soul than them. They played your mother. You're not supposed to, my mom. So that lowers your vibration. You're supposed to be happy and that they've lived another life or that they got out of here. That's why Africans celebrated the death. They were hoping that you knew enough that you got out of here. You're not supposed to keep the sadness going because that puts you in a lower vibrational state. That's why everything is created to keep your vibration fucked up. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, and also see Danny, Real Constrictor, and I'm not gonna read your comments on the forehead. I'm gonna skip on that. I also see Danny say, well, with apps like Audible, you don't have to. With apps like Audible, you don't have to even read anymore. They'll actually read the book for you. And he also says,
but he was trying to make a video, Dan. He couldn't read it. He should have let AI read it for him. Let you on, get you on. Y'all stay safe out there. What?
She's also said black people roast you for anything. The guy was just trying to read. Shout to also.
Roasted for anything. We're not roasting nobody, big chicken. Get out of here. Roasted for anything.
I also see Twinny Twin, shout out to you. Never seen you on the chat, but karibu sana. I always see some weird people on this chat sometimes. It's crazy, People I've never seen, like, all those.
Yeah, we need it. We'll do that tomorrow, 2020. We'll do a show tomorrow about the broad in Cincinnati and its bigger ramifications. Me and Joe, we'll talk about the racism and how it's really backfired on me. Whenever they get their ass whipped by black people mind their business, they come talking crazy to black folks and they get their ass beat. And it always has other ramifications. Leave us alone. Stop being racist. Leave us alone.
They said it's all it's others 25,000 year physical dimension besides this one. We have to get out of these cycles of ups and downs. Go from
exactly. That's what Thoth is saying. That's what you got to stand is because they wait to talk D and they. Yeah, Thoth is saying that. So no matter what in this construct. You're going to have ups and downs and cons. You're going to become smart. You're going to become stupid. You're going to become smart. You're going to become stupid. Right now, the African is in a dumb stage. That's why I said the African is rising back up. They're gonna start. The Africans gonna start what we call what an awakening. So, but either you're gonna get out of the cycle he's saying, or you're gonna just keep being in it. You're gonna keep being recycled. You're gonna be smart one age. You're gonna be dumb. You're gonna be smart. You're gonna be dumb. You're gonna be smart. You're gonna be dumb. So that's why you are supposed to ascend um this dimension, going to the fourth and fifth, and keep going back until, like you said, the closer you get to the all. That's your journey as a soul, to learn more wisdom and gain more knowledge.
Yeah, Jason said they said that the brothers from Oronius dimension are some good ones and less renegades beside the Anunnaki. Brahma.
Oh, renegade. Oh, he said okay. He's saying they said them brothers from that Orion dimension. Oh, you moved it on me, Joby. Shit.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah, Orion. The Orion dimension is some good ones and some ruthless ones, some ruthless renegades, too, besides the Anunnaki. So yeah, so it says other entities besides the Anunnaki. Some are good or some bad. Because we know until you get to the sixth dimension, as Stokes was saying, when you get, because you can't move past the fifth dimension till you're nothing but love. So we know between the fifth on down, you got renegade and fighting and warring. You can't go to the sixth dimension until you're nothing but love and forgiveness. That's on the sixth dimension. That's why there's no war and fighting. It's all love and acceptance. So you can't go no higher than the fifth dimension where you're still warring and doing sick shit and hurting people. Because you won't, and that's why I think the Anunnaki are at. I think they're at the fifth dimension because they can't go no further than that because of the shit they've done, because of this shit they made here on this planet. I don't think they can ascend no higher now. Go ahead, Joe.
Also says exactly in this lower physical dimension, animals kill other animals to eat.
Exactly. It's energy harvest. Exactly. It's energy harvest. But see, ain't it funny when we know about African people, but we never talk no more. African people don't need to eat nothing. We harvest it because of our melanin, and we can harvest what we call being a breatharian, but eating nothing. Because you know this is a system not created by the all, because everything feeds off another entity. Animals feed off other animals. It's dog eat dog. It's the law of the jungle. Only the strong survive. That's what the European believes. That's his. Only the strong survive. And if you're weak, I'm supposed to knock you in the head and take your shit. That's like the animal kingdom. So that's why you know you're in a lower vibrational matrix. Because the creator wouldn't create anything that you have to survive by hurting or killing something to get energy for you to live. Because remember, all when we eat animals and fruit, we're just getting their energy. It's an energy transfer. So you're right. But go ahead, Joe.
Shout out to John Mosquito, Karibu Sana. Big Jesus said, Bobby Hamid said that we Africans created other set of Africans and they created this white fox. And well,
there are some created Africans. And people get mad because that's when white people try to be slick, talking about the koi and the sand out of the southern part of Africa. Those are created Negroes. Those aren't. And people, that's what I had Temple. Temple said, oh, I'm not no koi. The koi and the sand have Neanderthal genetics. Anybody with Neanderthal means you're spliced. See, that's when white people try to lie. Oh, these are the original black people. No, they're not. No, they're not. Because those are light-skinned Negroes. So they know. So we know we didn't get super dark from light. That's a lie. Everything they say is a lie. And the Khoisan have Neanderthal genetics. So that's a created Negro. Go ahead, Joe.
I'm gonna read the comments very quick. There's so many, so I'm gonna
go read. Calm down, Joe. Read all the comments. We got like 5 more minutes. Joe. Read the comments.
Nah, we have 5 minutes are not enough for all these comments. And then
Joby, we know you can read better than that guy. Come on.
Oh yeah, of course. I'm I also see Jason says they said those pyramids on Mars just are as old as this, but
yeah, the ones on Mars. Yeah, exactly. They're there.
Jesus says I had also pictures some black fox have some kind of substance that appears as a soul, but not a real soul or spirit. And Shout out to Jiba Jabba coming in with do black aliens wear sunscreen? I don't know.
ask Irritan's guess.
And I also see Jiba Jabba also says, so what's going on with the city under the pyramids? And
We don't know yet. They say they remember. We know that NASA. Remember, NASA have taken over the pyramids because they know that is not nothing to do with any tomb or any chamber. We know. We know. Like I said, I told you, those was down there creating them crackers down there because we know with water and the micronoids of the soil, that's where life begins. So I think they were using energy and the microorganism of the soil to create a house, a body. I think they were making bodies down there as far as Europeans. Everything we found these cave structures. I told you, when I was doing this all the time, teach you guys this all over the world. These cave structures and these pyramidal structures are all over the world. And I said that's where they were cooking these motherfuckers up at. Because you got the one in China, and ain't nobody. And Chinese make it off limits. And when they went in there, when China was still controlled by the Europeans, found all kind of creating shit up in there. I said, yeah, that's where they creating motherfuckers at. Because remember, you go ahead, Joe.
I also see John Mosquito Kamlesh tells you that you're about to have a bad experience with the aliens coming on the earth. So get ready.
Man, yeah. I'm gonna be the bad experience, okay?
But Jabba says so Keith was the big head scientist that treated the white people.
That's what the Nation of Islam always used. The big head scientist is a big head black alien scientist who went off the reservation and created all these other people. See, there's always some truth in the nonsense. We know at the end of the day that these other people created because evolution doesn't make it, and we know the fake Bible shit don't make it. Because you can't say see they don't let you look it up. I have Joey look it up on Google anymore. I said we know Caucasian, East Indians, and Asians have these tails, right? You can't be a human being. Excuse me.
Drink water.
I'm trying to drink water. Have these monkey tails and dog tails, horns coming out their head. This is factual. Now you used to be able to see it, but Google didn't know you know too much. Now when you go look for it, they don't try to show you no more. Because this is genetic splicing. They splice them with other animals. It's a fact. It's in your genome. So you don't come from no African person having a horn grow out your head. You got these Indians are walking around India with tails. This is real. The Caucasians got tails. As I showed Joby with that video with the Tama, who the guy that had the teeth dancing around with his tail. Joby said, ooh. That's not a compete. That's some created human. You remember that, Joby? Guy with a tail. You know you ain't got no tail. They have residual tail. Just like Joby's old boyfriend Zoe asked the dude inside the damn. Asked the guy at doesn't see Joby's face. Asked the guy at the Orlando airport, hey, did you used to have a tail right there? He said, oh shit, how'd you know? Exactly. But go ahead.
But I also see Jibba also says, damn, it's hot out there. He's asking about the heat wave. He says 92 and no sunscreen. What am I going to do? I also see Jason says, especially those huge stargates looking like 40 feet plus, folks can walk through it. And okay, a shout to Samuel in the building. Caribou, nice to see you. Also, Jason says, we've been down here over 1 billion years. We've been there, done that, but it's time to go building huge structures during failing.
We know that's true because I had Joby look up last week with Canvas about the Gabon nuclear reactor that's over something like 10 million. This is a man-made structure. It's a nuclear reactor, which is like 10 to 20 million years old. It's there. That's a fact. So we know somebody created that. The only people here were black people. So 20 million years ago, black people were fucking around with nuclear weapons. We've been here a long ass time. Not no 10,000, 100,000. We've been here millions of fucking years. as Thoth said, going up, going down, going up, going down, going up, going down. Go ahead, Joe.
Jiba Jaba says that the creator have parents or something like that, or does it matter? It's a serious question.
Does who have parents? The creator. Oh, I got a creator have a parents. The creator is existence has always existed, as those is telling you, they tell you it's always existed. So you can't ever think of something as Cameron said, who created the creator? Well, nothing. Creator's always been here, always is no beginning, no end. But what we find out is that the creator was trying, so the reason why it expanded its consciousness in levels of dimension, the creator was bored and it wanted to know itself outside of itself. He said, how can I learn myself without knowing it's me? So it created like almost like this game. We're almost like in a game that the creator wanted to know itself outside of itself. So it expanded its consciousness in lower forms so it could get back to itself. Okay, so we're the creation of the creator, learning itself and having fun within its creation. That's what's going on. But then you got part of creation that the creator fucked up on and created this demiurge. It's, wants to live and wants to do fuck shit. That's why there's no such thing as anything being perfect. The creator.
Basically, what Keith is saying is, you are the universe experiencing itself.
Exactly.
The creator cannot really have parents because he is.
It is. It's existence itself. Exactly. Okay. It's always been here. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Existence has always been in every state that you can fathom and you can't fathom. So
exactly
when you live life, every plant matter you see, it's the universe experiencing itself in different
forms. Exactly. And that's what Thoth was asking. Thoth asked the higher, as Joey called the higher beings. Thoth asked the same question. He said, Thoth, no, there's certain things you'll never know, certain things we'll never know. Because they were asking, Thoth said, well, who created the creator? He said, the creator's always been here, always existed, it always will be. And there's certain things we don't even know, Thoth. Certain things we'll never know. So that's one of those questions you're asking right there, Jibba Jabba. Even Thoth was asking the beings that were higher than him. They said certain things you'll never know. But the creator's always been and will always be here, and nothing created the creator. It always existed. It existed in time and space that will always be, it will never end. But it's saying, as Cameron said, the creator wanted to experience itself because it was bored. Like, damn, this is all there is to it. So it created the universe to experience itself without knowing itself, because if you know you're the one doing everything, your game sucks. So you want to experience yourself outside of yourself. So you're experiencing yourself through your creation. That's why we're all a little part of the creator. But we'll save the last bit for tomorrow, guys. Let them get out of here.
Yeah, I also see Big Cheese, they're saying is going to boycott all African foods. No cheat meals to help people. I also see Jason, let me go through this roughly. I also see Jason said, like my mother said, a lot of us most have traveled through the universe, seen this and got completely trapped.
And got caught, exactly, because a lot of us, since we're part of the universal fabric, seeing what was going on here and got caught. Hey man, that shit look cool. It ended up getting caught in the Earth matrix. I agree with that, Jason, because we know we come from different parts of the eternal universe. Some of us probably just got curious, say, hey, what's happening over there, and got caught in the reincarnation cycle of this area. Like, oh shit.
Panjaba says, if you talk to a tree, you are a witch. Big Cheese says the European, Indians, Asians, and Arab eat, sleep, and drink hatred. of Black people worldwide.
They
It's
do
insane.
worldwide. And understand, if you understand the nature that we live, the reason why they have the hate, because they're created by the demiurge. And that hatred is to cause us to be off-centered, off-kiltered, and to keep a low vibrational energy up, to keep feeding these damn archons and demiurge. Because their hate is psychopathic. Because as a people, we've done nothing to nobody. We're the most loving, kind-hearted, humane people on the planet. We are the we are the gods. So why do they hate us? Because this thing that created these motherfuckers is getting energy. That's how they get the energy from us. So they're embedded with hate. They're not taught it. They created the hate. That's from their creation.
And of course, last comment. He also says, I'm glad my mother showed me the church is fake, especially Jesus back in 1992 when he was 12. Shout out to George Guy. Hope you're doing amazing. Big Cheese says, I believe Joby was my great auntie. My great auntie Wilma in a previous life. She could cook some greens and cornbread. Okay, I can cook. So
When we know the story of us meeting here and sharing energy, we know we've come together in past lives. We know that. That's how it works. So we know our energy. Somebody's been somebody's brother, someone's cousin, someone's mother, someone's daughter, someone's aunt, someone's wife. Like I said, Joey was in there cooking up them crackers.
What about the Africans with the bad feet in Zimbabwe? Are they not created to? I don't know what that is about.
I forgot about that. Yeah, we did. Yeah, they are. General Mosquito. We got to go back. They are the Zimbabwean Negroes with the feet like that. Yes, that's a created Negro. I had to have Joey pull that up 3 years ago. She forgot. 4 years ago. Joey's been with us 4 years. Joey pulled it up and forgot. Joey didn't know what she knew now. And I told her then, and she didn't forgot. She's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? I said, remember Joey getting on. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What are you talking about created? I said, Joey, that's a created African. What do you mean? What are you talking about? What do you mean created?
But anyway, much like here, this foods.
Yeah, good. Yeah, these are created Africans. As Thoth is telling you. Thoth told you we created other Africans first to learn how to do it. To create white people. Yeah. Created African.
That's so creepy.
Yes. That's why it's got ostrich feet.
That's a hoof right there.
God.
You're right.
No, much love, family.
And I was thinking about that when you were saying that, Jim. I thought about that until Joe. I knew Joey didn't remember when she looked that up like 4 years ago. I still remember Joey going, what do you mean? What are you talking about created? What are you talking about? That's the created African Joey.
So if I forget sometimes also my bad. We don't talk about
Joey, that was 4 years ago. You're supposed to forget that was 4 years ago, Joey. Jesus Christ. What you forget? We can't remember every.
I'll not memorize everything, but also Big Cheese tells you, Kamlesh, do not dare take your ass to South Africa. The coloreds don't want you.
The coloreds. I'm on the coloreds.
Okay. I'm gonna come back.
I'm gonna be sending them down to South Africa, Big Cheese. Regardless, I'm gonna be sending them down there probably early next year. I'm gonna send those static, see what we can do down there. But I will be sending them there just for my own amusement.
Yeah, let's go.
Much love, family. Have yourselves a
Chopak.
It's been a good show, and I hope you
much love, fam.
Educated. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. For any pending questions I've not read, kindly pull them tomorrow. John Mosquito, do check your feet. Mine are cool. I always done it, you know, so don't you dare talk to me about my about you. Are they okay? We need you to stop running.
I seen Joby's feet, guys. I seen Joby's feet getting manicured this weekend at our beauty salon place. So her feet okay.
But anyway,
I haven't seen Cameron's feet though, so we worry about his feet. Much love, fam.
Closing remarks. I got great feet. I got human feet.
That's okay.
Feet.
Much love, fam. And Big Cheese, thanks for the donation. But not through YouTube. Shit. Cash App. Cash App. Joby and Cameras needs their KFC chicken.
He said he sent it through Cash App too, so maybe.
All right, that's what's up. Take it out.
Love. Thank you so much. See you guys tomorrow.
I use that to get him some Popeyes chicken. I mean, not Popeyes. They don't got Popeyes. I get some damn KFC. Ugh. Cash App right there, guys.